Today, on the Wild Robert Carlisle, we're following the wonderful wild Matt. The wild Matt can drink up to 3 times his body weight in Kool-Aid each day. The wild Matt knows nothing about anything. Sometimes the wild Matt likes to go for strolls and peek through garbages. As you can see, the wild Matt is a moocher. He takes his refuge at the Carlisle home. Nothing can stop Matt on his quest to achieve happiness. The wild Matt is a cautious creature, thinking about everything before he does it. Sometimes the wild Matt can sleep for up to 19 hours a day. The wild Matt takes refuge in a pile of garbage that he built himself by rummaging through the neighborhoods. The wild Matt also hates trees. He really hates trees. He chops them up, and then he beats them, and then he sniffs them. The main goal of the wild Matt's life is to woo his mate, the stop sign. The wild Matt loves the stop sign. Sometimes the wild Matt looks at you and starts to talking. But the wild Matt does not know how to communicate with the normal human population. So just stay still. After standing still for almost 3.5 hours, the wild Matt finally left my side. And he comes back to his original position. This is what the wild Matt likes to call his something must have spooked the wild Matt. The wild Matt's biggest fears are trees, leaves, flowers, but most of all, apples to apples. The wild Matt makes it his life quest, besides wooing his mate, as he is doing right now. He's moving his way to the stop sign, is to destroy anything that has to do with apples to apples. Sometimes the wild Matt is really abusive towards his mate and throws him on the grass. But it doesn't stop the wild Matt. Oh, look it. The wild Matt has an apples to apples card. The wild Matt hates the apples to apples. The wild Matt also gets easily spooked by anything that moves fast, makes any sounds, or is visible. Somehow the wild Matt gets his hands on this sorcery. Unfortunately, the wild Matt doesn't understand such a machine. The wild Matt has burning rituals of apple to apple cards every Friday. But unlike his ancestors, the wild Matt is retarded. The wild Matt does not understand the concept of fire. I've managed to get my hands on the wild Matt's weapon of choice, a long foam tube. Sometimes the wild Matt will use the long foam tube for pleasure, other times for murder. Shh, look. The wild Matt seems to have found something. What we know as a gas can. The wild Matt is a scavenger and a hoarder. He keeps everything he finds, and what he doesn't like, he burns. The wild Matt does not understand the concept of unscrewing. Sometimes the wild Matt will sit and cry about his life. The wild Matt does not have a happy life. Sometimes the wild Matt will go days on end trying to do one simple task, such as tying a shoe. Or the wild Matt seems to have spotted me. It's been 14 hours since the wild Matt has first left his gas can unattended. He still has not figured it out. Of course, the wild Matt's main attention is, oh wait, look, Look, he did it. He figured it out. The wild gnat seems to have mastered the gas can. The wild gnat carefully and cautiously sets fire to the wood and the apples garden. When the wild gnat sets fire to the apples garden, he feels a sense of pride in which no other human can feel. The wild gnat, after lighting the fire of an apples garden, thinks of himself as the creator of life. Nothing can stop the wild gnat after he lets fire to the apples garden. However, the wild gnat has trouble lighting fire to apples garden. While the wild gnat is trying to figure out how to set fire to the apples garden, you take good note of what the wild gnat likes to seek to attract his mates. The wild gnat likes to keep anything that's shiny or anything that's wood, even though he does hate wood. Oh my god, what the fuck? The wild gnat has mastered the art of fire. We're back at the wild gnat station, and the fire seems to have the fire seems to have cooled down. As I said before, the wild gnat feels like a god when he lets fire to an apples garden. This dancing ritual. As the wild gnat proceeds to beat his mate.